KT.RY and J-Team. The last time that they met yesterday, KT was actually on red side. Given the priority of these APAC teams loving blue side, this might be the fresh start that KT wants.
And I'm loving the initial bans. We're going swiftly here. We have Ashe, Jax, Camille already placed away. We know how Camille's capability has beaten J-Team yesterday, being played by NGX, and they do not want to fight it once again this time around.
I mean, we were all surprised. We were nervous at the very start, given the the counter of a Renekton towards the Camille, but no, it was made possible due to that perfect execution coming in from that blue side as well. And now KT.RY is also threatening that pick. Now they have first access onto the Kai'Sa. This is something that I am just loving to see. They banned away the Corki as well, mitigating the possible responses here of J-Team, just forcing them to commit on the Ziggs.
The response is just as impressive, however. You have Ziggs being locked in, so that no more that KT.RY can deny these champions coming in from J-Team. And to follow that, you have Gragas as well, one of the best supports right now in the competitive scene. To follow through though for KT.RY, they have answered with massive champions. Alistar as support Renekton, possibly on top lane.
Oh man, just solid front lines right now being secured. The side of KT.RY. J-Team will add in another frontline to at least have that execution damage as well. The Demacian Justice has been a big problem. Even if you have the Alistar, even if you have the Unbreakable Will, you can be taken down with true damage coming in from the drop of that sword. And J-Team has that right now. And given that the Garen is just so stable in the laning phase, especially in the Baron lane, they can just have that really solid weak side. And right now, we see the focus shifting towards Zero once again. Just removing the Akali, maybe the Zed as well, or J-Team can actually pick it up later on because they have first pick priority after this banning phase.
It's just as expected. Junglers are still open for both sides. Mid laners are still a mystery and are still a question for both sides as well. So J-Team just banning away Akali is placing such a huge pressure on the mid lane for Zero, but they have answered with a huge champion as well. One of the best duelists in League of Legends Wild Rift for top side, Fiora being removed from the table.
I mean, this puts in the question once again, right? What will Zero pick? What is that pocket pick that we talked about earlier as well? What is going to be the surprise factor of KT.RY to defy the expectation, to surprise J-Team here? That the blueprint right now of J-Team is just remove the champions here of this mid laner of KT.RY, and also take out the Garen so that he will have lesser options. And this will just pin him down even more if he can't adjust. And if he doesn't have any more champions to utilize, this is just going to be really scary. But still, the Kai'Sa is here. Maybe they can pick up something in the Dragon lane as well for Luna to fully utilize. He loves those APCs. Maybe he can even go with something like a Karma here for just additional movement speed and also protection whenever that Mega Inferno Bomb gets casted against them.
But Volibear now being hovered, gonna be locked in by KT.RY. They don't want to give it away. And now Lux to follow through could potentially be locked in. But still a question here today.
Whoa.
And now, you know what? Lux is gonna get locked in by KT.RY, putting their best foot forward. But an Olaf answer coming from J-Team.
Oh man, it's just everything being thrown out there in game number 1. This is just simply amazing. The changes on the Lux as well is here on patch 4.2b. We do see, different interactions coming in right now from those abilities in the Illumination, the Light Binding, even the Lucent Singularity. So there's more fluidity in those channeling or those casting of spells, and that's something that KT.RY wants to actually have here against J-Team. But the Olaf, man, 0711, this champion is one of those that left a dent on Nova eSports when 0711 picked this Olaf up. And right now, he has it in the bag as well.
And it's just perfect. Lux cannot deny Olaf. Alistar couldn't deny Olaf. Renekton couldn't deny it if the Ragnarok is open. And it's just the perfect opening this time around for J-Team to be able to initiate fights.
Oh man, I am excited about this. You're excited about this. The fans are excited about this as well. Let's get started. Game number 1 of this best of 3. This is just outstanding from KT.RY and J-Team. We see them again just like what you mentioned earlier, putting their best foot forward in game number 1 to get the momentum in the series.
And here we are, game number 1 as we enter the Rift, the Titans of the CN Conference coming here today up against the challengers coming from APAC. Can they do the miracle? Can they do the unthinkable this time around for game number 1? But here today, we're seeing a bit of a standard type of plays across the board for both sides. No aggression, no invasion just yet.
It's going to be a safe start here for both teams, especially for KT.RY, given that they have the Kaisa and the Lux. They would need to just channel their items first before they actually make something happen. And since there is the possibility of J-Team to just answer back all the time, especially in the early game, it's so hard to take down the Garen, so hard to take down the Olaf in the early start. And for sure, well, Yahtzee is not going to do anything at first. He wants to scale up. This is very similar to how they matched actually in yesterday's match.
And it will definitely be much harder if Kaisa decided to go for an AP route, which I don't think he would, because of, as you have stated, the front lines available for J-Team. You have Garen, you have Olaf, you have these big names, big champions to protect Pan, to protect Zeri, Yezi from J-Team.
Yeah, right. This is putting some pressure on KT.RY in terms of adjustment right now. If they bank on full AP, or at least on the Kaisa and on the Lux, there's a lot of members here that on J-Team side that can actually soak in the damage. 3 front lines, and given that they're also very squishy, 1 Mega Inferno Bomb can threaten the back line. And who's there to stop the Olaf? Absolutely no one.
Yeah, well, we'll see if those expectations are going to be met. But here in this early game, not much pressure coming in from both sides. You have here in the bottom lane, Luna with Lux, Pan with Ziggs, a lot more pokes, and as expectations would be set, Ziggs would have a lot more prio because of those long-range damage, because of the bombs in the bottom lane. But here in the top side, you have the Sign coming in front to tell, followed through by Daw, but not gonna get engaged. Don128 still safe, just above in the top lane.
It's going to be very difficult to get the first mark, get the first strike here in this early game. The damage is just not high enough for this early state. You need at least level 5, or at least get that ulti, big burst damage, especially on the Dragon Lane side. Well, KT.RY's alone.
Not anymore. 0711 is now going for the flank. They're on the backside. Luna is really low. Ragnarok being popped. Now that is the first blood secured by 0711.
Perfect timing on the rotation by 0711. It caught Numel and Luna off guard and wasn't able to escape anymore. Perfect timing, and now they land the first strike. 500, 600 gold lead. It's not really a whole lot, but it sets the tempo here for J-Team.
Yeah, and it was just perfect timing. You had Ziggs going in for the reset. It was already an expectation for Rolster Y to attempt to go for that kill onto DY, but 0711, as always, this is the player that we've talked about to be the highlight, to put the pressure on himself, carry the team forward, and to lead the charge to winning this series number 1.
We thought that DY as well was caught off guard, right? But everything was just planned out. That's just one of the reasons why J-Team is just so hard to take down. Because their responses are always picture perfect. Everyone is just synchronized. You thought you catch them off guard, but no. It's a different case. They will patch it up as quickly as possible and make sure that you regret trying to take them down. That way, right now, we're starting to see a little bit of that gold ballooning. And J-Team, given their champions in the solo lanes as well, it's just so hard to take them down. As we see the switcheroo, there's more ways that J-Team can actually mix a play, especially through DY on this Gragas.
Yeah, and as we have reiterated for the past few months, how a Gragas can affect a team fight overall with the explosive cast along with the body stem as well. So much utilities built into his skill kit, having the potential to engage for the stun with the body stem and also the explosive cast for the disengage. Right now, 0711 is here, has met Daw. Both sides has information where the junglers are at the moment.
Yeah, that's why the Gragas is just sitting at the first spot right now in terms of champion priority in the picks and bans, even higher than a Camille, because the impact is just insane. Just one isolation play. We have seen some popularity with Varus and Gragas as well, just because of that double isolation. Nomel is taking some damage from Yetzi, just zoning him out, chipping up its HP, so that maybe they can force that Unbreakable Will. But the Dragon has spawned. J-Team wants it.
Yeah, and they're starting it. They're not hindering their take of the Drake. But right now, you have the engage coming from Nomel being cancelled out by the body slam. Right now, Lux goes in for the final spark as well. To put out damage, Alistar is now gone. This is a 4v5 in favor for J-Team, but they were able to steal the Ocean Drake. It is KT.RY, but you have Volibear stuck on the Dragon's Spit as you have the answer back coming in from J-Team.
Definitely worth it though for KT.RY. Yeah, you lost some members into that fight. Yeah, you gave a couple of gold towards J-Team, but this is one step already towards their scaling. This is one of the reasons why we commend some of the teams that were able to win in yesterday's games, just because of these Dragon stacks scaling up. Let's check out replay one more time, because Zero went in the middle. Megan Fernabon left no damage onto him as well, and perfect timing by Do to steal out the Dragon. They quickly skedaddled away, just left Do in the mix because he already used his summoner spells. Damage wasn't enough to take down the backline of J-Team, but it's all worth it. They're down 1,000 gold, but now they're threatening for a double objective.
Just delay. 4v5 at a moment could possibly be, but Zeri's on the bottom lane, so it's a giveaway for KT.RY to take 2 objectives here in the third game, 2 out of 2.
Absolutely marvelous here for KT.RY. Double objectives. Yes, the tower in the bot lane will get taken down thanks to Yetzi and 0711, but they can answer into the mid lane.
Nomel starting it up. Sky Splitter coming in from Do. The charge coming from Rift Turtle takes the turret just a little bit delayed as you have J-Team still securing the tower first blood. Nevertheless, it's a 1-for-1 trade of towers.
Perfect way to at least open up the mid lane tier 1 right now. This way, J-Team's rotations are gonna be contested a little bit, especially with the lack of vision here in the mid lane. KT.RY, they want that as their first step. Perfect way to start this early game as well, since they have taken the Dragon too. And no matter how much J-Team tries to answer back in terms of gold now, as long as the gold lead doesn't balloon to 3,000-4,000, KT is gonna be fine. They have the damage on the Kai'Sa later on. Looking at the items, Manamune picked up already, which goes towards the scaling. Luden's completed by the Lux already as well. So there is that stacking of burst damage, in which we have seen the interactions a while ago being a lot better, a lot more efficient for Luna.
Yeah, could definitely be. I mean, Lux at this point would be that wave clear that KT.RY is banking on. And similarly for J-Team as well, you have Ziggs being that dependency for J-Team to clear down the waves later on, to have a lot of these wave management in their favor. And at the moment, you have a lot of pressure being provided by KT.RY as well in the bottom lane, hoping to get that push running.
Perfect way to, you know, answer back though.
Going in, DY hoping to secure the kill onto Rattel and flank him on the back, but instead it is an immediate fancy footwork coming in from Renekton to go back away.
Unfortunately for DY, the body slam did not connect onto Rattel a while ago, so was able to back off with his life intact. But tower secured by Yetzi once more. He was on the bottom lane a while ago, and then immediately rotated towards the top lane as well. So even if they didn't get any kill, it was actually okay, because KT.RY has to answer in terms of tower pushes. The only tower that they were able to take down is mid lane through the RH. And every side lane right now of J-Team is well healthy.
Yeah, and this is what we've talked about and characterized how J-Team has been playing so far in this tournament. A lot of aggression being seen this time around, but an immediate flash coming in from Zero brings him back to safety. But a good summoner spell burn coming in from J-Team.
Especially in the second dragon spawning up in just a few seconds, right? This is a big blunder towards KT.RY side. One of the reasons why Zero was able to survive that onslaught a while ago in the previous team fight is because of those utilities available.
Knock up, Pulverize coming from Nomel, force up a flash coming from Don128. Ignite takes him down, but not enough to obliterate him. So far, Rattel will be able to take a little bit more damage onto the top side tier 1 turret, but not so far, and not enough to bring it down.
Mid lane going to be threatened here by J-Team. They want to take this down, equalize it.
No info, going in for the Stormbringer to set up the play, to set up the fight. But the third is the prio coming from J-Team, and that is already gone. No fight. It would be so much riskier for J-Team if they continue to push. No more value if they go forward as Mountain Drake is up.
And J-Team actually has the advantage here since the ulti of the volleyball has been used already into the mid lane. They can go.
Explosive cast. Nomal is isolated. Uses up the flash. Still alive. Barely breathing. But Yezi,
Oh man.
a lot of damage. Pushes them back. And now they have in complete control of the bot side river.
And this is what I've been telling you, Infinity. J-Team doesn't force the team fight. They know that they can just shove KT.RY away and they take this dragon for absolutely free. KT cannot risk anything right now because the gold lead is starting to balloon. It's now 3,000 and we talked about the 4,000 gold mark a while ago. And since the scaling as well is being contested by J-Team, everything is slowly going towards their side. KT.RY is just having a bit of a hard time right now.
Yeah, and it is definitely a hard time. In 3K gold lead already for J-Team in 10 minutes. And as we have stated a while ago, that J-Team characterization is how they're able to balloon their gold lead, how they're able to really push into their winning condition, and now they're doing it quite well. As right now, we have the pressure coming in from J-Team, immediately going in on top side, hoping to get and set up that play. However, an immediate return coming in from Daw. It's Kaizen just obliterated. It's just a blink of an eye, and now Daw is isolated. They have to return, they have to counter engage, but they have to retreat simultaneously. Nomal is really low. Forcing out the ultimate as well. Begin a little bit more defense as Yezi forced to retreat, and J-Team pushes them back.
And even gets a tower here in the top lane as a bonus as well. KT.RY got caught off guard, going too deep into the top lane. The first one to fall was Zero as well, Nikaisa, because he doesn't have any utilities anymore to escape, which was baited out earlier in the mid lane as well. That's how methodical J-Team has been, and right now they're taking control of the bot side jungle of Do as well. That's a pick.
They hear this is the 3v1, and J-Team doesn't have any information, but as soon as they seen Rattel coming right in, they have to retreat.
I mean, just a slight respect coming in from J-Team. But again, they're starting to take control. 5,000 gold lead right now. They're chasing.
Phenomenal. Forcing down to Dominus. The root coming in from Luna, the light binding along with Final Spark, but the damage is not enough. Rattel is now being isolated once again. Explosive cast, such a massive utilization coming in from J-Team. Now you have Daw. Just a little bit late coming into the fight, but nevertheless, he is here to play, and now Zeri is gone from J-Team.
Perfect way to counter out. Good vision control as well by KT.RY. Now they're going to be trying to bash this tower into the bottom lane, but 0711 on top side just answering back a little bit, alleviating the pressure here in bot. KT.RY is unscathed. They want to look for more picks.
Fomat coming in from KT.RY, but it's just a recall. Exact timing. As soon as they went out, it's already over, and now Gragas is able to come back.
Oh man, MIB will do some dent here. Unable to stop the push. That is a good win. No way. No. Unfortunate
for the turret. But DY is here as well. And KT.RY doesn't have any information for anybody else, and they have to retreat.
That is just unfortunate for KT.RY. That could have helped them a little bit. Get back on the economic side. 0711 and Yessi leading the charts right now. Leading the graph. That is at least 1,000 gold. Lead coming in from a single player against a top gold earner, which is Rattel on the side of KT.RY. This is not a good sign if you ask me. 2,000 as well difference on the junglers right now with 3 items, even a GA completed here for 0711. And we have to always take note, hero plays come from 0711. This time he can do it twice.
Can he do it once again this time around? But you know what? Another thing that's scary is the vision game right now for KT.RY. They don't have any information. The jungle is really dark. The river is dark as well. And soon enough, this will bite them in the back. So they have to get those information as soon as possible. J-Team, though, putting a lot of pressure up against them.
Yeah, the Mega Inferno Bombs are starting to hurt. Oh, look at that. That's just one first kill. And Zero's health is just jumped down to half right now. He has to go back into the base. But if he does, J-Team will just threaten for the next dragon. Established vision there. Look at the ward's place. It's just perfect for J-Team right now. Do and Dumel are seen.
You know, they have information. And this is how DY has placed the wards just a minute ago. Has been preparing for the Ice Drake to now come up. If they get this, this is such a huge deal for them. A lot more ability haste for the rest of the team.
Looks like he Luna wants to answer back in the waves for the meantime. Has a relatively low cooldown on his final spark. J-Team is trying to bait him into a fight right now, but dragging this dragon. But has a good flank. Zero as well, but 0-7-11 catches them off guard a bit. The damage are coming really high from J-Team's side.
I mean, that's Ziggs. Massive damage from a long distance. Zero, good wave management in the bottom lane as the lane now pushes in. A small window coming from KT.RY to now start as Don128 is stuck in the bottom lane, but they're still not pushing through. A huge respect coming in from KT Rolster, because if they go for the push, you have the ultimates coming in from DY, and along with the rest of the team to disengage this fight. Ice Drake now being started still by 0-7-11. Eyes on the prize, eyes on the objective. Now you have Namel starting on it, but
Steal?
the Ice Drake now getting the steal for KT Rolster. This is what they did just a while back, and they did it again.
Thank you for the leash, says KT.RY as they left the scene without any casualties. But J-Team, they have another plan in mind. Death Brush initiated here in topside river. No vision again by KT. RY teleporting coming. Rattel, the first one to go in. Uh-oh.
Ooh, a huge trail of enemy team almost catching up onto Rattel. Thankfully, he's a little bit more mobile. And he looks as he returns safely. But still, they want pressure. KT Rolster wants blood.
Yeah, they want to force a team fight here against KT.RY. They know that they can actually take them down, and they're angry for what happened earlier. 0-7-11 is not feeling it as of the moment. We see more really good smite steals coming in from Doe. And this time around, Zero is starting to hurt as well. Cassian drains, leaving a dent. Those volleys are also hitting the marks on the member. And KT can force a fight.
Yeah, and now we're back into the game. So let's see if those expectations can be set in stone once again. And you know what? I stand corrected. It is the Ocean Drake that they were able to steal for the very first objective that they were able to get. And the Mountain Drake was in favor for J-Team for the second Drake. So that's that. It's a little bit unfortunate, as you have stated just a while ago, that Mountain Drake was a lot better. But regardless, 2 Drakes is still 2 Drakes in favor for KT Rolster Y that they could definitely utilize. Now, both Baron laners has crossed eyes. Don128 has seen Rattel as well. Both teams has information, and now 0-7-11 along with the rest of the team is now panning themselves on top lane. Now Zero, that HP got melted down with 1 second, and now 0-7-11 just pushed through it, and we're able to take that kill. Zero is gone. Now a lot more advantage in favor for J-Team as they lost one of their biggest damage dealers for the side of Roster. Why?
KT thought that it was just a zoning by J-Team, but no, they fully committed onto it and they got the kill.
Now, bit of a play for tag, just delaying the opposing side as Baron is taken down immediately by J-Team. No time, no breathing room for KT Rolster Y in 18 minutes, and this is what we have mentioned a while ago, how J-Team's capability scales throughout their strength, being strengthened further as the time goes by.
Nomel has a good location right now for a possible flank. Rattel though, get caught, forces him back just a little bit. Mega Inferno Bomb even invested just to draw them away, and J-Team might actually get this dragon for absolutely free. Rattel wants to contest, but can you actually afford to do so? Given the buff that has been taken already by J-Team right now, DY and the rest are just patiently waiting for whoever is going to be coming against them. They catch them well.
They're turning. No more flash. It has already been used, and Nama is just stuck in a bottom lane, pinned down, and J-Team has secured another kill. Now Zero is in danger as Olaf pushes through 0-7-11 once again. Is the death of Zero, and that is just the power of J-Team. And now Daw has to retreat, has to scour back away because it is JT's time to shine. And Fomat roam in the bottom lane as the inhibitor turret falls down. Now the Nexus will be open. Luna, the only one left standing, being put across, isolated as he falls.
Oh man, they just respect Daw right now. Round 2.
Right back, Stasis and Chateau. Rattel can kill him. This is the death of them as J-Team obliterates one by one the members of KT Rollster, and another inhibitor turret down in the middle lane. And J-Team, this is their game-ending push as they will strike first in the quarterfinals.
19 minutes and 45 seconds. Much faster than the last time that they have met, and just a perfect way to answer those pressure as well